Joe Biden has just showed us he is the toughest, meanest, baddest president we've ever had. He doesn't take no crap off any other country. He's got the border under control. He follows the science. Everybody's making money. The economy's the best it's ever been. Companies are paying more money. Prices are down. Everything's just great right now. Biden has showed that if you re-elect him in 2024, all this greatness will just continue and no other countries will mess with us. I mean, what else can you ask for from a president, right? I mean, he showed that he has a huge backbone yesterday. He didn't take that crap, right? He didn't. He said, "No, you hit one of us, we're going to take out several of yours. We're going to just hit everywhere over there, right?" No. The attacks yesterday, Iran said if you hit anything inside of Iran, it will cause major issues, right? We didn't do it. They also gave them all kind of warnings. They reached some kind of deal before this attack happened. And did you notice they waited till the stock market closed to launch the attacks? Yep. Friday evening, stock market's closed. All right, let's launch a couple attacks over there, but let's not hit nothing big, right? Let's not hit Iran, even though they're the ones that's funding this. We don't want a war. We don't want a war. So don't hit nothing inside Iran. Smoke and mirrors. He's trying to make himself look tough. Look how long it took him to come up with a plan to do it. And some people will say, well, you don't knee-jerk react to it, right? You don't give them days to say, hey, we're going to retaliate. You might want to move your people out of the area we're coming. Do you not think the United States didn't tell Iran exactly where they were going to strike them? Yeah, they probably did. So that there's no, big issues with injuring Iranians, right? It stinks, right? Look how tough he is on the border. Everybody gets in. Everybody gets a free phone. Everybody gets money. Everybody gets housing, right? He's all for that. Well, now the sanctuary cities are full. What are they going to do now, right? Meanwhile, the homeless population is still homeless, not helping them out at all. We would rather give money to the illegal immigrants than to help out the homeless population. And I know people are going to say, well, the homeless population, they're drug addicts, they're this and that. It's their own fault they're homeless. How do we not know a lot of these legal immigrants aren't the same type of people, right? But we're okay with helping them because they ask for help. Or no, they don't ask, they expect help when they come here, right? I mean, you don't give a country warnings that you're going to attack them. You don't leave your border wide open. You don't. I mean, any other country in the world does not have wide open borders. They don't, but somehow we do, right? There is a legal way to come into this country. I'm all for it. If you come through legally, that's perfectly fine. You have people here that has been trying to become legal for maybe decades, right? They're doing everything right, and they're not able to do it. It's taking them forever and ever. Now we got illegal immigrants in. We're getting them housing. We're getting them jobs. We're giving them phones. We're giving them money. This president is probably, in my lifetime, he is the worst president I've ever seen. Growing up, I had Reagan, the Bushes, you had Clinton, Obama, Trump, and Biden. This is probably the worst president I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I've researched back on all the presidents. He's probably number one or two up there on all-time worst presidents. And people voted for him. And if he runs this year, people are going to vote for him again, right? Why? What makes someone vote for someone like that is my question. He's weak on the border. He doesn't really stand up for America at all. He doesn't. America is nothing like it used to be, and it's never going to be that way again, regardless of who wins the election. If Trump wins, so many people think as soon as Trump gets in there, it's going to fix all this. It's not. We are in a design collapse. And one thing I want everybody to understand, even though Trump and Biden's going at it, right, back and forth, he did that same stuff with Hillary Clinton. He said, as soon as I'm elected, you're going to be arrested. Nothing come of it, right? Nothing. You got to understand the politicians are just playing on your emotions. One side's this side, right? One side's this side. And they'll fight in front of you. But when they get in office, it's just the same as the one before. Really? And people don't want to admit that. Am I telling you not to go out and vote? No, your duty as an American citizen is to vote. But unfortunately, Your vote don't do very much when it comes to the presidency. We've seen that before. But this stuff over there in Iran, I don't think much is going to escalate from it at all. I mean, what did we do? We spent millions of dollars, right? Drones, missiles, things like that. Meanwhile, it's going to go right back to what it was. It'll calm down for a couple days probably, and then they'll start their crap again, right? They was talking that Biden didn't want to start a war during election year, that he was afraid to start the war during election year. But meanwhile, we've been attacked over 160 times in the Middle East. They're bait. Our troops over in the Middle East are bait. That's what they are, to try to get attacked. And this president lets another country attack us, attacks our troops, and doesn't do nothing. And when he does do something, he's gave them prior warning so they can get their troops or whatever they needed to do to get them out of the way, right? It was very strange to me how all these attacks were happening on our troops, but yet nobody was getting hurt or injured, right? The goal, if you're attacking someone, the goal is to either hurt them or damage their property. I mean, you got them talking now that it was all a mistake. They didn't mean to kill our soldiers. The definition of things have changed so much. Any other time we would be at war. Plain and simple, we would be at war, and now we're not. You know, I don't know what's going on with the world. I don't even know what's going on in the United States, to be honest with you, because it's not the United States I grew up with. It's not. Now, am I saying we should go over and wipe them off the face of the earth? That's all I'm going to say to that. You know, you make your own decision on that one. But at the end of the day, all we did was spend millions of dollars for nothing to try to look tough, right? So Biden could look like he's tough. Who remembers the balloon that flew across the country, right? The only reason they even did anything about it and started talking about it is because people like you and me saw it in the air. And then they had to say, well, yeah, we've been watching it for weeks, right? And then all of a sudden, they decide to shoot it down once it gets off the coast. The reason it wasn't shot down over the United States is simple. It wasn't because it was, could harm the public. If it had been shot down in the United States, somebody like you or me would have got there to it before they did and probably took pictures of it and posted them like crazy. Like, look what just fell out of the sky. Some people probably took stuff off of it, to be honest with you. But they just play us. Both sides play us. No matter who you like in this presidential election, both sides play us. You see it in your hometown elections. They play each other. Like, we're here in my area, they're running for the school superintendent. You got a guy that grew up in a small school, right? He's for the small schools. Other guys for the bigger schools, but claim they're for all the schools. It's all smoke and mirrors, guys. Smoke and mirrors. You know, what can you do about it? Just prep, because a SHTF event does not have to be a worldwide event. It could be something that happens to you, plain and simple. And all you can do is prepare to be prepared. That's it. Live to prep, prep to live. Prices aren't going to get any better. This stuff eventually is going to break off into some kind of huge war. Somebody's not going to be agreeing to the deals they're making on the phone behind the scenes. And eventually it's going to explode into something huge. Right now, it's just ridiculousness. That's all it is, plain and simple. We'll see what happens this week with it, but I think things might die down a little bit over there because they need a little break, right? I don't know. Guys, keep your head on the swivel, be aware of your surroundings at all times, protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person that can do it. And if you've watched the video this far and you don't like the video, hit the thumbs down or hit the thumbs up on it. Either one. Give us some interaction here and comment on this video what you think. You think I'm an idiot and don't know nothing I'm talking about, or what? Guys, stay safe and keep prepping.